Unreal. Hey, how's it going? So we are about to get this D&D game going a little late, but we had people kind of pop in a little late. So we are just going to get this bad boy started right now. How could rest be boring? What do you mean? Alright. Getting this bad boy started in like 30 seconds. Because I have to remember, save, progress. Always save. Okay. Correct. It's all, that stuff is saved to your sheet and to your character. Alright. Gotta shake it off. Gotta shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. I'm gonna full screen this so I make sure I see all the words in my notes here. All right, there goes that. Okie dokie. Hello, hello, hello. Normally in this point in time, we would be doing a recap, but that hasn't happened yet. So, can you guys see the current screen, the current tab that we're on? Or is it blacked out for you guys?
It says game pause
Mine says game
at the
pause.
witch
Okay.
house.
I'm just gonna, yeah. Okay. Do 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 do. That is okay. Because we can use something else that everybody should see. I know a couple of you might recognize this.
Oh, we're in the Feywild, right?
Loading the Bazzer.
Incorrect. How bizarre? How bizarre. All right. So I'm just getting names, trying shoved into my brain hole so I remember them. Don't have to constantly look at my notes, but that's probably not going to happen for a bit. So,
what is this map?
I don't know. It's like some really talented person made it or something. All right.
That took me 9.5 hours to make.
It's probably been up for twice that time. So let's see. We got Nimue. I'm gonna butcher it. Nimue.
Nimue.
Nimue. Okay. Just trying to get it in my head. So
N''MOO.
Like moo like a cow.
Nimue.
I will be right back.
Oh darn. All right. Well, I guess not. Just kidding. So Nimue and Gan and Billiam. Okay. So you three have essentially, and this is just sort of, taking a step back before, kind of how you got here. So you three have had some, how would you say, some comeuppance, some unfortunate circumstances, and as a result, you've kind of been on the road for a while. You've been, after the situation back at home, the cataclysm that happened that caused all three of you to effectively be forced into, a shaky alliance. You've been on the road for a while with what little that you were able to get out of your, your hometowns, cities, towns, kingdoms, respective locales. And you've been on the road for a while. what little that you were able to bring with you, you've had to trade with passers-by. You've had to go from town to town, seeking is passage, food, water, shelter, because the nights can get long and cold and sometimes rainy. But the situation still remains unchanged. You haven't been able to go home despite several efforts, several attempts. The entities that keep you from going home remain very potent, if not maybe even getting a little stronger, because you tried a few times to make your way back, and every time it almost felt like you were making less and less progress each time, and it started getting to the point where you were just like, well, we can't get back home, and that's led you to the life of living on the road. So you've gone from town to town, you've met with several people, you've talked with them, you've had interactions and maybe small meetings here and there with people, maybe some caravanners to get you from point A to point B without being stuck out on the road all alone at night. But at this point, several weeks later, you are at the end of your ropes. You've used all the material that you have been able to acquire. I mean, there's been some points where you even had to go hunting just to get some pelts, just to make a little bit of change, just to get from point A to point B to get some bread. And you have come to this small little village. You have come to know it as Delaruth. And, the people here are very welcoming. They're very homely. They're very humble. They're very welcoming. Just, they're happy folk here. And Nimue and Alistair, and Billiam, kind of had, despite them not necessarily being, elven in nature, they are still, it's almost like a small taste of home, a home away from home. They're very polite, friendly, very caring. They're not really afraid of strangers, which to some degree that could be a bit of a flaw for them, but they're very trusting. And you two maybe get a little bit of that nostalgia from, knowing you can't get back home, but these people sort of embody all of what you had to leave behind. Again, on the other hand, to them, this is like, oh man, this is like home, but to you, this is like, man, this is like the towns and villages I tried to take, but man, these people.
Oh yeah, this reminds me of capitalism, right?
Yeah.
Capitalist scum.
Down with it. But through one way or another, with your last bit of coin and last bit of effort, you've been able to get a hold of a couple of people in, an adventurers guild, which they pretty much pointed you to this little town of Delaruth, where you are to meet a local, or a couple of locals, I should say, to which they will kind of fill you in on the potential job, right? Because you're working with or for the adventuring guild, and their idea is they seem like they kind of want to establish like a little foothold here, like get a base going.
Wait, what's the name of it?
Delaruth?
No.
Or the guild?
Adventurer Guild.
Just Adventurers Guild for now.
You just said we're working with.
Is that just
You
for
said we're working with, and then you
all?
said a name. Should be all
Adventurers Guild.
Adventurers Guild. Delaruth
You
is a
said
town
a
you're in.
name.
That's the name you said.
Go for.
Goofy?
Am I nuts? I could have
Yeah,
swore Town of
you're
Delrub,
crazy,
right?
dude.
And then you were like, adventuring guild. And then I was like, I'm taking notes, and I'm like, we're broke as a joke. Resources are spent, and we're working for some man named O4. Got it. Never mind.
Yeah, you're
I
definitely
misheard
crazy.
Completely. I have low intelligence, so it's fine.
Can you quickly make someone named O4 that we're working for? Right, but is this just Gan, or is that our group of 3 that you're?
So it's sort of the three of you traveling together, given
Okay,
your
okay.
situations back home. So it's it's the three
You
of
don't know
you.
your
Sort
own
of,
name. He said Billiam 3 times.
Yeah, I know, but I was just clarifying if. Okay,
I'm
no.
teasing. I'm sorry. He said we
So-
could tease
Sorry,
each other.
continue,
Anyway,
continue.
continue. Sorry.
oh, these kids, youngins. So you, where was I? Yeah. So pretty much you got a lead to an individual in this town by the name of Kalia, who's a maybe not necessarily an official member of the guild, but they know their way around this town. Maybe they can sort of be your guide here. And they have been filled in on what you are here for, which is essentially, quote unquote guild business. So I don't really have a name for Bubs yet, so we're just gonna go with Hubert for now. So Hubert and Alistair. Let's do Alistair first, because Alistair's kind of been here for a few weeks. So Alistair, you came through with your your respective traveling warship, I guess one might say, if I'm remembering what you told me correctly. Pretty much as an escort, but you realized once you got here to Delruth that this population was severely lacking any kind of religious context. They didn't even have like a gravekeeper in the time. So you, as who you are and what you have experienced and your experience with things, you decided, you know what? I can do two things here if I stick around for, a couple of weeks. One, I can, fulfill my clergy's requests and maybe get some get a church in here, maybe some sort of religion, maybe but the other thing is they also didn't really have anybody who was knowledgeable enough on the caretaking of the deceased, to which you were the perfect candidate, because for whatever reason that just seems to be what you're really good at dealing with. And to that extent, you would have definitely met Kalia, who that she's a local. She just kind of hangs out. She came here, a little bit ago, but at this point, the townsfolk know her well enough. And, you've had that little interaction with her. Here and there, of course. And then Hubert, let's see what you got here. You were probably here just looking for work, and you just kind of fell into this little town, this little village, and just, it ain't bad. I mean, the smaller the village, the less likely you'll get stabbed to death by a roving band of things. So it's kind of a sweet gig, honestly. So
Okay.
the scene sort of opens up with Nimue, Gan, and William making it to this little town. And as you look around, there's a few like wood houses, some thatch huts. Like there's like nice little thatch roofing. My microphone unplugged itself. Wait, oh, there we go. All right. Sorry, my microphone likes to do that. So with that, at this point, and this is just sort of how you guys first came to this little village, right? So time kind of fast forwards a little bit. and you guys are sitting around a campfire, just kind of having a nice little discussion, little meeting. It's only maybe been a couple days since everybody's met up, but you know, it's sort of the first couple days of everybody arriving, and you know what? This is where we kind of open it up to the trio. Oh, they're AFK. We'll open it up to Kalia and Hubert and Alistair, who are sort of the locals. You guys are hanging out, maybe like over a fire pit in the middle of the town where people are just sitting around with a couple of chairs and just having a jolly old time. And I will open it up for y'all to kind of interact with each other, because at this point, Kalia and Alistair and Hubert, you've known each other for a little bit. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's some parameters to work within. And you all are aware of Kalia's task, which is to provide these people from the guild with some information information of a cave nearby for an object that the guild would like to acquire. And you have a pretty good idea of where this cave is as locals. And yeah, I'll have you three sort of have your interaction the night before you officially meet up with the other three. And I open it up to you.
It helps if I take myself off mute. Very effective if you would like to communicate with another person on a chat channel. So I'm just enjoying hard day's work of scouting around the cave that will be on our way to soon. But enjoying nice drink at the pub, chatting with a couple of these other fine people. Mostly I'm just kind of curious, wanting to hear more about their exploits and what they're hoping to find in there. So what are you guys hoping to find? You looking for more treasure or just exploring? I am sitting with Alistair and Hubert, right?
Yes.
You said? Okay.
Sorry.
So
I was getting
I'm
pizza.
just gonna be looking for pass the time, maybe get inspired.
Ooh, I know
I
what I
would
can
just
do.
be-
Keynote.
Nobody.
Well, that's appreciated. I've come close enough to that a few times. Checking out new places, not always with enough of a support team with me. Things can get pretty hectic.
Kind of what I'm best at. And if you do, you know, making sure that's taken care of.
Well, excellent.
Yeah.
I'm going to be kind of awkward and quiet.
All
Not
right.
necessarily like, you know, uncomfortable, like awkward, not making small talk or anything, but just more reserved. Not necessarily, you know, being boisterous or anything, but like more keeping to myself. And not, you know, unwelcoming by any means, but just very relaxed and quiet.
I see the awkwardness and I ask, "Are you anxious?"
No. And then I'm gonna kind of gesture to myself.
Yes, and
Like-
feel free to describe yourself as the proper introduction.
I'm gonna gesture to myself because I'm probably something that's uncommon. I don't know. Is fearbogs pretty common in this area? They're pretty uncommon in general, I would say, right?
To some degree, yeah. Not unheard
Um,
of, though.
Just in my nature. Be reserved. So Alistair is looks human-ish.
Sorry,
He's
keep,
a-
is there a way for you to like show the pictures that we've chosen, or
I think so.
just to
Um,
be curious?
as far as like
Oh, yeah.
tokens go,
Yeah, like the token pictures. Yeah. So like while
Yeah,
he's
I'm gonna-
describing himself, you
Yep.
can also. Okay. Sorry. Okay. My bad.
I'm a Fearbolg. They look human-like, but they're related to giants. So very large, very like broad hands. Think of like Hagrid from Harry Potter.
Okay.
But they are like a guardian of the wilderness, Fae-esque kind of creature. So a bit more magical, like maybe brightly colored eyes or some sort of magical essence in their facial features. Some have uh very broad and flattened faces. Critical Role described them as almost cow-like noses. They don't have to be. There is literally not very much description in the books for it, but sometimes they have pointed ears and stuff like elves. But more or less, Alistair would be very similar to like Hagrid from Harry Potter, except short hair. He's got a bright red, like very looks like a very Scottish Highlander type person. Um, bright red beard and such. But even so, I'm 246 years old, but I would appear to be probably late 30s, early 40s in like human lifespans. And very simple commoner's robes, but with a religious symbol on the chest. So it'd be like gray robes, and you would see a skeletal hand holding a scale on the center of the robe.
Cool.
all right.
Are you
And-
drinking anything?
No.
Well, I'm gonna look at you as I see you two chatting and be like, well, friend, doesn't look like you have anything to enjoy while you relax. Would you like me to go grab you a pint?
I will accept that. Thank you so much.
Of course.
And of course, the
Well-
camera pans to Kalia. Feel free to describe yourself as you're getting up and acquisitioning beverages.
So I need to actually get kind of a new profile photo, but we're going off of the basic of the one that I did for Spooky. So probably just under 6 foot changeling, and I currently have almost a more like elven human sort of facial features. So, like very angular face. I chose to appear very beautiful in most standard cultures because being a rogue, it really helps me get what I need and what I want when you're pretty, people are nicer to you and they're more likely to help you, get to places maybe that you're not supposed to be, or, throw an extra gem in the mix in a trade. It's very useful. My hair is kind of a blend. It's braids and a few dreads, and little ringlets that kind of go fairly far down my back. And I have beads and like gems kind of woven in to my hair. And it's enough that I can kind of tie it up if I need it out of the way, but I like to usually have it loose. As far as what I'm wearing when you guys have known me, something, like black leather. It's a light armor, but looks a little bit more stylized. So, some like crossing straps and hidden pockets. My belt has my short sword and my rapier on it. But even though you may have like heard me like maybe practicing my aim on things, you don't see any ranged items like a bow and arrow or anything. So I don't know if any of you have seen me working, but I also have a soul blade that I can use as a ranged item. So sometimes I like to practice idly by, tossing leaves over a target and try and hit it. So helps keep me sharp while I'm waiting for a new contract or a new relic to track down. My parents were very, very different when they met. They're both changelings, but my mother was raised as a human, and was trained as a wizard. And she used to adventure before she found her way to kind of a tricky area and met my father, who was coming out of the Fey realm, and they met, and she retired from adventuring to become an artisan. So she
Sorry about that. My hands-free thing died. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, it sounds
Yep.
way better.
Hang on one sec. Bubs, it sounds like I've connected to your phone.
Oh, oh.
So let me try. There we go. Hang on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Weird. Trying to. I don't know why my hands-free connected to his phone.
Okay, it's disconnected now.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, you guys will have to hear me on speaker for a minute till I figure it out. But so my dad is actually a relic hunter, and he was a famous rogue in his time, or I guess infamous would be a better description. And when I was younger, I was definitely more curious than wise about being cautious around strange things, and ended up getting sucked into a Fey portal when I was lost. And while in the Fey realm, I felt as if I had lived there for a long lifetime. That I had only been gone for one common year. You guys still hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. So when I returned, when I was pretty young, my father took me under his wing and taught me what he knew about the relic hunting trade and being a rogue. And so he's been my inspiration for all of that. I do occasionally run into him on if I'm seeking things out, and will sometimes reach out to him if I have questions on something particularly tricky. And my travels actually brought me here, where I have been wanting to explore this cave that seemed to only recently be discovered, which was very strange how something like that can show up in a village that had been around for a while. So the Adventurers Guild was very suspicious of me at first, which, I get it. I come across sometimes as more of a thief than, a perfectly honorable rogue. It's fine. But, I've been helping out around the village and, showing them that they can, when I have a good rapport with a group, I am as trustworthy as one would expect, in a good way. But sometimes if there are sparkly things that people just leave lying around that don't have a home, I really hate for them to feel so alone. So I do give them a home. So sometimes you'll see me playing with little sparkly trinkets and pieces. There were a few trinkets that I was actually able to bring back with me from the Fey realm that don't seem to have much of a use here, but I find them lovely and I treasure them. So you'll see me walking over to the bartender and get a refill on mine, get a little of an extra large pint for our friends, and I'll make my way back and set one down in front of you, Alistair, and be like, "Here you go, friend. Enjoy."
Take it and hold it up to you.
I'll cheers you back.
And Bubs, do you have a description you want to work with, or just sort of?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So
All right.
I will postpone that.
All right. Nondescript individual in a cloak. Got it.
So basically, like Aragorn in the pub.
You know who that guy is.
Strider.
That's right.
So,
I remember a druid chair cube.
yeah.
A chair?
A nondescript person in a cloak.
Trust the Alistair
love it.
guy. I don't either.
Mhm.
So, the three of you, at this point, it's it's nighttime. You've been invited to have a sit down with the Adventurers Guild contact. But before you do that, is there anything you'd like to do? Like, talk amongst yourselves, sort of get yourselves ready. It's been about a day and a half. So it was just like you guys were just so tired. You basically stayed in all day, and now that you're finally rested and fed, thanks to the good graces of this little village, you're fully rested and honestly somewhat maybe even a little humble at how how kind these people are to strangers. Like they don't even know your business, and they're just like, little old ladies bringing you like pieces of bread, or kids running up to you and giving you like the equivalent of like cotton candy, or just people coming up to you and like, you look a little underfed. Here, have a bowl of soup. They've just been really giving people. It would be a shame if something bad were to happen to this lovely little village.
It would be a shame.
But the three of you are just sort of, and where would you like to be? Because there isn't really a very big establishment as far as a tavern goes. There's a building that's just bigger than the other buildings, and that's just the up and comings of maybe a tavern someday. But I'd say you guys are all standing outside, the three of you, Billiam, Nimue, and Gan, and you're just sort of taking everything in. And we'll start with Gan, because I know he's got descriptions ready. So the camera kind of pans to you. What does Gan look like? What's his demeanor?
I do. Share my picture so people can see it. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna eyeball it myself, and then use my words to describe what I'm looking at. Right. So Gan is about 6'4". He's got kind of tan skin, red ginger hair, orange eyes, tattoos. He's got bands on his buys. He dress wise, he's very like desert nomad, right? Probably like even like in the picture, look, not even wearing shoes, right? Because he's just built different. He's just a little bit tougher.
Let's show that again.
Right. I'd say he's not necessarily stoic, right? But he's not the most talkative of the three. And I would even go as far as say, like, if old ladies are pushing soup on him because he looks like he needs to eat, he will just look them in the eye and turn that soup upside down and let it go on the ground. Like, that is insulting, all right? There's nothing wrong with the way he looks. And if he's hungry, he'll go out and get his own fucking food, right? But he's not necessarily like shoving little kids who are giving cotton candy out, right? But I would say kind of like begrudgingly following the other two characters. Just like, oh, and he would also have like a really big, like, great sword on his back too.
All right. So, amidst probably several bowls of soup getting upturned and wasted, how dare these old ladies mock me? How dare they? They know who I am? Clearly they don't. You know what? And then you probably like walk up and be like, before they can even like give soup to like Nimue, you just like flip that over to like, no.
I'm not necessarily gonna flip that over, but I would probably just kind of like walk up to him and just be like, we don't need your charity. And then just kind of like
darkness, acting all cool again.
Is that what your character's saying?
Yep.
And then I'm just gonna like sigh and look over at him and be like, I mean, if you need the soup, go ahead and take it.
Thanks, Snoop. Yeah. Sorry about him. He's thinks he's a tough guy sometimes. But free soup, I mean, paid for soup, I'll take anything. Hungry?
Oh, that's perfectly all right. I have plenty of soup. It's like this haggard old woman, just like her hands are barely able to keep stable, as like maybe some of the like soup spills over to the side out of the bowl because she could barely hold it up, and like looking up to you, to which the camera kind of takes her view. And Billiam, feel free to describe yourself.
It's a half-elf guy with long hair, gray, and it's got blue eyes. Nothing to do with Link from Zelda. Doesn't have anything to do with it. Didn't just say Link with blue clothes on. He's pretty handsome. Clearly was maybe a part of some higher class at one point. Only the stories will tell in time. No spoilers. And yeah, he's just also begrudgingly with the two of these others, especially Gan.
The tough guy. All right. And so, the third that travels with you, Imu. All right, how are you reacting to this scene of, seeing Gan just sort of like slapping bowls of soup away and like turning down offers, and despite these people being the nicest people in the world, like how is Nimue reacting to this? And also, feel free to describe yourself in the process. If you're back, that is. Oh, there you are.
When you see my character, you're just gonna see a Shadar Kai, which is ashen skin. She's got white hair braided onto the side. She has triangles tattoos under her eyes and threes, as well as other, you would think kind of tribal, but still with the triangles being the main thing, tattoos on her body in white. Red eyes. She's just kind of sighing and just kind of looking at her nails, just waiting for them to be done. It's the normal dynamics between them. She's waiting for one of them to give up and the other one to be right.
We can update the token art later. All right. So the three of you, so I guess the question is, who of the three of you would have arranged for the meeting with the Adventurers Guild agent? Like, who was sort of taking the lead on that?
I would think my character probably. She's looking for a lost love. She's looking for some information. She's trying to get a hold of all the knowledge she can. She's dragging these two along.
Yeah, I would say that, I don't know, Gan, we might be bickering enough back and forth that we wouldn't even notice that she's taking the lead.
You say bickering back and forth, but like I try to remain like just it's almost like I'm falling asleep almost every minute of every day. And I just get like you can tell like it's even in slight like mannerisms or like a tick or a twitch or something like a facial expression. You're like, yeah, I'm getting to him. And I'm trying not to like show that, right? It's very like, yeah, whatever kind of attitude, right? But you can tell like the more you're going out of your way and doing these things, there's just a little tick where it's like, yeah, he's bothered. But it's almost a little apathetic, which I think it wouldn't be new to the two of you, right? But it is something like a pattern that's kind of grown within the last 6 months. I think I used to have a lot more passion, right? And not necessarily optimism, but a focus, right? Where it's like, no, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna be the greatest, and we're like nobody's gonna be able to stop us, and here we fucking go, right? And then that slowly just somehow transformed into everything sucks, everything's awful, whatever, you know.
All right. Well, you guys are all outside of this building, which, maybe there's a sign outside. It's like, tavern coming soon. TM. But you know this is where you go into to meet your agent.
Gan, you don't have to be so upset all the time. I mean, at least we've got something to do with this Adventurers Guild. Other than sitting around doing nothing.
This is kind of the poorest town I've ever seen. They don't even have a tavern. Look, they just got
you including the ones that we've seen that are just burnt down villages. This is worse than that.
I mean, a little bit. I'd rather take my chances at the burned down ones. And then he does give a little grin at that because he thinks he's a comedian, but his jokes are terrible.
Emu.
Get it? Because they're burned down.
Yeah, I got it.
I know. And I'm saying that this is not as good as that one, but obviously it is because it's got people on the other
All
stuff.
right, Nemo,
They're
you
all
want to just
dead.
let's get in there. Let's.
I'll just walk between the two, just like shoving my way.
All right. So you walk in, and there's this. It's not even. It's imagine somebody like had a house and they just threw some tables inside. A little imagine, figure. Bleh. Use the mind bullets, because it's a really small space. Like imagine somebody took their living room and just moved all the furniture, like all the luxury furniture out, and just put like a table in there, and basically just a couple tables in a house. But it looks like they're trying to have that little homely feel, the atmosphere. There's like a couple maybe plaques on the wall. There's like maybe like a pelt on the floor. But inside there's not a lot of people. I'd say it's like maybe 25 by 25 feet. So yeah, inside it looks like maybe a couple of just random townsfolk, like clearly nobody of significance, as it were, like just people in like scrawny clothing, maybe some farmers just coming in to relax a little bit, get out of the, kind of get off their feet, get some alcohol, because there was a smell of ale in the air, that's for sure. But it's kind of like selling alcohol out of your house kind of thing.
What? I don't do that. What?
Yeah,
Sorry.
no. Who would ever? But inside you see that there are 3 individuals sitting at a table. They definitely seem to stand out more than everybody else. And Nemu, that lady over there is the person that you're looking for. Pretty easy to spot in a sense. Maybe they're dressed to be intentionally spotted.
Last one, table's a rotten dragon egg. I'll start heading my way over.
Can I roll to beat him in the race?
Sure, you two can like roll dexterity checks. See
Oh my
who
god,
gets there
absolutely.
faster. I think
How
it's
do I do it?
athletics. So in your character
Is it
sheet,
dexterity or athletics?
well, athletics it would be acrobatics. Dang it, I always get those two mixed up. I hate it. Acrobatics. Just to
That'd be
see who can
crazy
get there
if that was my
first.
best skill.
Do I just hit acrobatic
Good luck, bud.
Yeah. So you click acrobatics.
and then hit normal?
Yep.
You gotta beat a 23.
What's
I
that
So-
get?
prefer and then run.
I just catch. Can I roll to catch myself on my fall? Like put my hands up so I don't like face plant?
But is Gan gonna try to
Yeah.
run as well?
I mean, you don't
No,
have to
I'm
roll
gonna
for
do
it.
the cool guy thing. I'm not even gonna make it to the table. I'm gonna deliberately slow my pace. As soon as he's like, "It's a race," it's like, "No, I refuse." And then I walk slower than I had been initially, right? And then I'm just gonna like pick at my teeth with my tongue. Maybe got like some deer jerky or something stuck in there, and I don't care who sees me. And just making like
sure.
those weird balled up faces. Good.
Could just trip them both anyway.
Well, it'd be kind of tricky. He's not really. You're way ahead of him. So if you try and trip Gan,
In fact, I want to lean against the wall.
I was gonna say I'm
There you
waiting
go.
for your ass to just stand there instead of even going
Okay,
to the
fine.
table.
forget what I said. Forget what I said.
But yeah, can I catch myself in my fall and like I kind of slick away and like push up motion, stop myself, and then just kind of roll myself around like, huh, ain't nothing.
yeah, I mean, you could just keep using the 13 for the purpose of that, which you could catch yourself and do exactly that.
I'm just gonna look up at the lady at the table and kind of like flip my little white bowing side of my hand and be like, "We're here for the Adventurers Guild, Mama." I'm gonna call, yeah, mamas.
That was weird.
Sorry. I mentioned Teen Titans, so Beast Boys calling Raven mamas is in my head. Oh.
So, Kali, you saw that whole display. What do you do or say to these individuals? And you are muted currently, by the way. CMON.
I was here first. I was here first.
I'm just gonna see them. I'm back at the table and just watching the ruckus, and I enjoy myself a little bit of chaos here and there. I'm thinking these people look like they're going to be a lot of fun. So now I'm getting kind of curious though, because it's like I haven't seen these people around here before, and they seem like they're here on purpose. So I'm gonna get up and walk over and be like, I'm gonna lean against the bar with my elbow on there, and I'm just gonna watch them causing a ruckus at the bar, with just kind of a half smile, like this is fun to watch. Almost need a bowl of popcorn. So I don't know how long it'll take for you guys to even notice that somebody's just staring at you, amused.
Oh, I think Nimu came to your table with all that.
Oh, did you come to the
Yeah, I
table?
said,
Okay.
"Hey,
I thought you were
mamas."
cool. Oh, that was that. Okay. Well, then I will look up and, hey, so you don't look at all familiar. Did you just get to town?
These two lug nuts, and I'll gesture to the one who just like raced there and the one who's just against the wall, not moving a fucking inch, like a statue. We're here for Adventurers Guild. We're just rolling in.
Oh, excellent. And I'm going to put my hands together. This is going to be fun. Did they tell you that they're going to be sending you with us? Have you talked to them yet?
I have talked to absolutely no one, ma'am.
I'll be like, did you see I was here first? You saw that, right?
Well, and I'll
Good.
just give you a look and be like, oh, really? Because this lovely creature here looked like she had made it to the bar ahead of you, but you know, what do I know?
I
said
slid on the
something
floor
first.
to
I
her
was
on
out
the
of breath.
And I'm just gonna grin.
Not fair.
Well, so and remind me, I guess out of character, is this evening time already or kind of afternoon? Like, would the Adventurers Guild still be open?
So you know that there isn't an Adventurers Guild here at all. So the idea.
Well, like the group that's kind of leading it, you know, like that is asking for help essentially to
So
explore stuff.
the agent or the Adventurers Guild representative that
Mhm.
would be here it's afternoon, so they'd probably be out and about. I mean, you'd know that they're pretty busy. Like they're trying to establish a branch here. So of
Mhm.
course, you know, they have a lot of work ahead of them. So they're very busy. And that's sort of why this particular task was sort of, you know, delegated to you.
Excellent. Okay. We like tell everybody like, well, you've come to the right place. This table for the moment is the current Temporary Adventurers Guild meeting spot. Changes wherever we go, but I'm glad you're here. We actually want to explore a cave that has seemed to just be discovered, almost appeared out of nothing, fairly nearby, near enough to this lovely little town that you never know what can come out of those caves. So we're hoping to kind of figure that out before something comes out to say hello to us, let me say. Does that sound like something that you were coming here to look for? Are you interested in joining us?
I've always wanted to join a traveling circus.
Excellent. You'll fit in just fine.
Can we ask before we join, are you the ringleader?
Currently, we are operating on behalf of the Adventurers Guild representative that is working very hard to actually set up something more official. But in the meantime, I'm actually traveling here myself, and it reminded me a lot of my home village. So it was very easy to get into the swing of things. And when I learned that they were looking to actually set up a branch of the Adventurers Guild, it sounded like fun. So I volunteered to help out how I could. So now they gave me the position to take in fresh meat, I mean new adventurers like yourself, and set you up with a group like us. And so that we can go have a fun new adventure that's, I'm sure, going to be perfectly safe. Nothing to worry about. And I'm just going to kind of grin and look at you like,
Oh, that wasn't
Um,
creepy at all. I'm in. Hey, Gan, get
Ex-
over here. Introduce yourself.
and I'm gonna holler over it like, and Gan, since you're last to the table, you get to buy the next round.
Yeah.
So we'll scoot and shift to make room for everybody at the table.
To which there's
Red is-
plenty of room.
Right as Gan tries to sit down, I kick his stool out from underneath him.
So the first thing we need to do is at least temporarily get either some lodgings, or if you have a tent and bedroll, we can find a good spot for you to set up camp until we have everything that we need to head out. We can get some basic supplies from here in the village, and at least enough to set us up with, a few days to a week of rations to go take a peek at that cave. Are you otherwise ready to go, or is there something else that you needed to restock while you were here?
Nothing's stopping us, I don't think.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'm going to look around at everybody, be like, well, then, and okay, and out of character, are we like staying like in a local inn at this point, or was there like, do you think we had? I would think we were
so-
probably like staying in an inn because we're semi-sponsored by the Developing Adventurers Guild, but
Well, considering the size of this village, there's not really an inn yet. There's some houses that they have, or some homes that they've rented out for people to lodge in, as a temporary home base, because this village is, no, they definitely could use some better resources, but, they got they work with what they got. Alistair, is it Alistair or Alistair?
I was gonna
Alistair.
say one more thing would be just one would be asking your name, just so we're a little bit more acquainted.
oh, of course,
Yeah.
my mistake. I'm Kalia.
Callie,
And
pleasure.
we have our other friends here, Alistair and Hubert.
Great. Well, pleasure to meet you, everybody. Name's Billiam. You can call me Ian, like Ian with an M.
Welcome, Ian.
Nudge Nemu in the shoulder.
She's just gonna like spit on his shoe a little, like "Puh," and Nimu, and she'll extend her hand to shake it.
And I will take it. Charmed.
As I reach out to shake hands as well, do a thing. I'm going to use my Fearbolg magics.
Ooh.
What's it look like as you cast Disguise Self?
Very subtle. Like I don't want
As-
people
Okay,
to.
I'll-
Maybe like a slight shimmering of the skin as I do it. When you use the Fearbolg version of Disguise Self, you can seem up to 3 feet shorter or taller. Once you can cast either of these, you can't cast it again until you finish a long rest. Can also be casted. I'm gonna make myself look like a normal-sized human.
Amy. We got a Amy.
Human.
We got a
Sorry.
human.
Just as we're all at the table, you just do that in front of us, or are you hiding that from us?
As I reach out to shake your hand, my hand is gonna
Uh.
suddenly get smaller as I grab you.
And I'm going to clap and be like, oh, that was fun. What a nice trick.
I'm gonna withdraw my hand. I'm gonna be like, "Are you trying to size yourself down to me?" Disrespect.
I'm gonna look at the person whose hand I just shook and went, "No," to him.
Oh. She smiles and nods. She's like, "I get it." And she looks over at him.
I'll put my hand out and be like, "That was one of the coolest bar tricks I've ever seen. You must be here often."
Yeah.
Kind of.
That was it.
As we prepare to get ready, I'm gonna go ask the bartender, barkeep, tavern keep, whoever's there, if they have some parchment I can have.
So, the current person in charge.
Which is the main reason why I disguised self, because I'm gonna get it. Was getting ready to walk across the.
So, you go over to quote unquote bar, you know. I mean, I guess small houses can still have a nice like little mini bar. So yeah, we'll say it's like a mini bar. There is a tabaxi individual, and you know him as Darian because you've been here long enough. So Darian tabaxi, and he has like this kind of tabby cat fur, you know. And he is currently wearing so he's wearing like this really like nice like vest, and maybe even has like a little bow tie on or something, just trying to look nice as nice he can in selling alcohol in a house. Yeah, yes.
May I borrow a quill and a piece of parchment?
Well, yes. Here you go. And he reaches under his little bar, and you hear some bottles clanging. And he hands you a quill.
Okay, I'm gonna tear it in half, and I'm gonna write a holy script on each one of them.
He seems unperturbed.
And then I'm gonna hand it back to him, and then slide him one piece of silver.
Yes. Silver good. Yes. Yes.
No
How
more
far
up
away is
back
that
there?
bar from me?
You're right
Any
next to
accents?
it because you leaned against the wall, and there's not really a whole lot of space.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Would I be able to see what kind of scripture he wrote?
He didn't say he was hiding it, so sure.
No, not hiding it at all.
Would I be able to understand what it is?
It's
Maybe
pretty
with the
obvious.
religion.
If you know religion, it's pretty obvious. Because he has the symbol of Kellenborg like really large, right in the center of his robes.
In case.
Yeah.
I do have a proficiency in religion. I just don't have high intelligence.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
know the name.
What do I know about this religion? Just bullet points.
Give me a second.
And if we need to, Spicy could tell me.
What do you want to know?
Surface
I don't know.
level, like what's it about?
Kellenborg is the lord
spelled
of
it
the
wrong.
realm of the dead. He was the fourth person to be the ruler of the dead. It was originally Jurgle, and
What's their
Jurgle
stance
gave
on the
it
undead?
hates undead a lot, like banish, kill all the undead. Jurgle was the original lord of the dead, murder and tyranny, and he gave that up to the dead three, Merkel, Bane, and Ball. And then Merkel was overthrown by Cyric, the mad god, and Cyric, in his divine insanity, was a terrible, terrible leader and terrible, god of the dead. And Jurgle hated him, but he, with a sword, which was the god of rogues, the mask. The sword was the god disguised as a sword. He killed Kellenborg and banished him to trap his soul inside of his sword into the realm of the dead. And in life, he was
Why
a
is this
general of
so...
mercenaries. And then he led a revolt from the realm of the damned. And as a spirit, rose up and defeated Cyric in battle, becoming the new Lord of the Dead. And in turn, he said he wanted to be the judge of the damned, and he will judge everybody fairly and equally. He's lawful neutral. And he, when you pass on, if you are a false believer, you are damned to
That's
the
not
realm
surface.
of the dead. If you believe in any god, you will wait your time there, like purgatory, until you are to be picked up by your god and sent to their realms.
All right.
Hates the undead, and he thinks murder is against the natural order of things, and he is the friend to all who pass. Because death should be not be feared; it should be guided like a helping hand.
Most importantly, Gan, you would only remember 12 out of 20 of those facts.
No, it's fine. I'm immersing myself in the role play, and I allowed like 80% of it to kind of go above my head for just role play reasons.
I read and watched multiple days worth of footage and scripts on Kellenvor and Jurgle.
Nice.
And Gan rolled a 12, so he remembers a little more than half.
Yeah, Kellenvor and Jerky, and they hate undead, and
Hate
which
murder,
I think
hate
is
undead.
hilarious because I love both murder and undead actually. So
Really against
I
it.
like a
Like
secret smile at that.
pretty much my principal core is don't murder and don't bring back the dead.
Well.
Could I also take this opportunity to maybe insight check the other two players that I don't know, just in terms of strength or any like, do they exude like power at all? They seem a little silly from a distance.
Sure, you can
And
insight.
then we have this preacher kind of person over here who's giving out scripture at a bar. Like I would have definitely eye rolled as soon as I like eyed it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, good roll.
They are pretty capable. Like maybe they hide a little bit of their silliness behind, you know, the knowledge of what they are capable of. Like if you just go out and present it, then everybody comes a knocking, right? But they seem to be on par with you as far as, you know, skill sets and
Well, I wouldn't say that, right?
well, you would
Kind of
admit that.
leagues above everyone. All right. Like,
Besides me.
we'll disagree to
Out of character, those
Agree to
scrolls,
disagree.
the two little scrolls I made are to be able to cast Field of Faith.
Nice.
That's all that was. I just wanted to do it before we left.
So this girl who I just kind of mistook as like somebody's butler, or you know what I mean? She's just gonna show us where the stables are. That's in my head. I was looking at her as like, oh, she's giving us a little tiny tour and expects like some copper or something. So she actually looks pretty capable.
Are you talking about Kalia?
Uh huh.
Yeah, she looks like the kind of person that with a 15 insight, if you
She
weren't
looks
paying
prissy.
attention, she's
got the angular
she could-
features of the half elf. I wrote notes.
but you also kind of consider those features would be really good for somebody to, you know, really good at somebody who could stick a dagger in your rib cage when you're not looking also. She's very
See,
nimble
I like
in
that
her
a lot
movement.
more than the cleric stuff. I'm gonna say nothing. I just wanted to eyeball everybody from across the room. That's it. I'm done.
I'm gonna order a drink.
Beverage, yes, here you go. On the house, friends of the guild, yes.
And is this hard? Is this hard stuff?
I don't know what that is, but have some.
Alcohol?
Yes, alcohol.
Can I
Can-
do a thing? I have an idea.
What thing do you want to do?
I have it. I
Just-
do. If I subtly, like sleight of hand, cast Purify Food and Drink on an alcoholic beverage, does it make it non-alcoholic?
Nope, because it's not
Ooh,
innately
Ah.
poison.
Dang it! Because I was like, man, can I just remove the alcohol out of
Oh my
everybody's
God.
drink?
Because the alcohol itself is not a poison, it's just how it affects you. It's toxic to you.
I was gonna subtly just start making everybody's drinks non-alcoholic.
Just everything turns into vinegar.
Take my swigs. I'm like, all right. Tell us about this. Tell us about this cave. Unless somebody else was doing something else.
Sounds like that.
I was just making sure I wasn't cutting off anybody's. Yeah, tell us
So
about this game.
I could make up some stuff, but I don't necessarily want to step on Cube's toes on what he might want to share on this. So, Cube, would you describe what I would essentially know about the cave?
So well, if you knew a lot about it, then you probably wouldn't need a group to go in there to figure it out, right? So
Right.
what you would know is that it's a few hours travel from here, not too far, but it's in a location that you have traveled before, and there was definitely no cave there before. It's almost like it happened overnight. And in that same time frame, several people were kind of mentioning how they had very restless nights that night, and like really bad dreams, and like some of them sort of like felt like maybe the world's coming to an end or something, like just a general malaise of something ain't right kind of thing, and different people sort of interpreted that in different ways, or something changed, something happened, but nobody knows what. And you would know the Adventurers Guild has, from what little time that you spent here, you do know that they have become very active and very interested in a lot of locations, but I mean, they didn't really share that with you. But a lot of agents have been very active.
Mm.
What has been very active?
Adventurers Guild, like they've been recruiting more people, and a lot of adventures have been going out, but you don't really know why.
So pretend that I related that to you and also add, it seems pretty suspicious to me, but something like this similarly did happen near my village and led to getting attacked by a big group of orcs. That was how we eventually tracked them back and found the cave that they had been coming from. So knowing the forest as my family and the other villagers did, we knew nothing had been there before. I had been gathering herbs with my mom since long ago. Definitely nothing there, and then all of a sudden, bam, orcs. So this seems like something that's been happening around, and that's kind of what I'm wondering. But it seems like everybody's experience has been a little bit different. Not always full of monsters. Sometimes you might find a piece of treasure randomly, or just some pretty crystals, or nothing at all. But I've been, looking into a few on my travels, and when I heard that they were not only going to be putting in an
One sec.
adventurers guild, that
Okay,
piqued my
skip.
interest. This village it's tiny. I mean, we didn't even have an adventurers guild in my village. So something good has got to be in here. And I think though, based on like how big the entrance appears to be, I think it's probably going to be good for us to be in a larger group than just one or two of us. So I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, me
So-
too. Crazy enough, that also happened in our village. There was this big old hole, tons of people exploring it, and they came back with souls just empty. Right, Gone, your mother?
What the?
Or pardon me, I mean, Billiam.
Don't talk
Well,
about
that's
my
unlawful.
mother.
Did you ever get to the bottom of what happened?
A few people got to the bottom of it. They weren't happy though.
Oh yeah. Were those the people that didn't make it out intact?
They were lost after.
Oh yeah, let's just tell everyone my life story. Thanks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm
Anyway,
fascinated, but not to be
I'm
rude.
cool. I'm Cave and stuff. It was cool how you told half a story in a different voice too. That was pretty impressive.
So something else you would know, Kalia, whether you choose to convey this or not. The guild also told you that there is some kind of a tome in this cave that they have been able to scry, but they haven't been able to ascertain why that specific particular spot is something that they've been able to actually, scry. But whatever it
So a
is,
tome?
yeah, some
was
kind of
found
a
in that area?
tome
Mhm.
in that cave somewhere. but they also would have mentioned to you, you probably don't want to read it, and you probably don't even want to touch it with your bare hands. All things
Well,
considered.
that's encouraging. Well, I will definitely relate the gist of that to our party. So, one thing I do recall hearing about this is that they were able to scry that there was a tome of some creepy sort in there, but it sounds not so shiny, so I'm not quite as curious as I might otherwise be. But it sounds fascinating, but very possibly evil or cursed. So while we're looking around, if you see something, check to see if you can possibly intuit if it's cursed or not before touching it. Probably
We'll
smart.
see.
So,
And if they tamper with it, I got
but
something
yeah,
for
so
both.
there is definitely at least something in the cave. And I'm sure once we find it, either, I don't know, do any of you have experience with cursed objects and cursed tomes by chance?
Not
Dude, does that-
specifically cursed. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, dude, does that sound familiar to me? Because it sounds out of character. It sounds very familiar to me.
It sounds familiar, but without actually seeing it, you can't confirm anything.
What would I roll for
When
that?
she mentions like cursed things, I'll side eye.
History, if you're trying to refer to a past event.
Fuck, why do I keep rolling sevens?
Because you don't remember. I would tell you, but you don't remember why you keep rolling sevens.
He'll just look over. I'm being pretty obvious about it. I'm just gonna be really like confused, concerned. I'm not saying anything. Like,
I'm going to give you a look and be like, does that ring a bell? You
I don't
heard
know.
something maybe?
It might.
Fair enough. Well, if it's something that even you who have never been here before might have heard of, well, definitely it sounds like it's going to be interesting.
I cut Lucas off though, by the way. Sorry about that, Lucas.
That's good. I was just gonna say, yeah, no cursed objects or items so far on our path. Though, like she said, all my family's dead and our villages are burnt down. So, I mean, we're here for adventures.
Well, it sounds like you're going to have an adventure aplenty.
She made me sad.
Is there a vacant seat at that table that they're at?
There's like two.
I'm gonna do the cool thing, right? And I'm just gonna like
stool up from underneath him. Sorry, I said that earlier, but
Never.
You didn't get to the table. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I'm specifically gonna spin the chair around and sit in it backwards so that I can hold on to the back of the chair.
I still attempt.
I'm gonna
Let him
be.
attempt. If he kicks this chair, I'm gonna break his, and we will get kicked out of this bar.
Hey, it's fine.
I'm being social.
I'm gonna do the opposite of what they're doing, and I'm gonna very secluded after the mention of Billiam's dead family. And I'm gonna light a candle for him and do my rites to myself quietly in the
Aw.
corner.
I'm just gonna do the opposite of what he's doing there, and I'm just gonna like sit down and say, yeah, enough about your dead family. We said something about a cursed book, and my eyes are gonna get really big. Like, this is the first time I've been interested all day in anything.
Yeah, we
Well,
call
like,
this game
I mean-
Mr. Darkness or Gan. Introduce yourself next time.
Oh yeah, I'm Gan. I like reading.
So again, you're the one who is slowest to the bar, is that right? And I'm going to
He
give you a
also-
grin.
He can't read either. He lied.
Well, that's fair enough. I mean, some
I
toms
can
have
read.
pictures.
I'm particular about what I
Hmm.
enjoy reading.
I'm
Anyway,
just gonna purse my lips together and nod with a skeptical but encouraging look on my face, like, of course, yeah. Mhm.
I'm gonna like my lips are gonna be like a thin line for a second, and I'm gonna like wrinkle my nose, like just clearly irritated. But I'm used to it because the company I keep, right? And like, but
And then
you
I'm gonna
said there
grin.
was There's a
So you know
cursed
I'm just
book
checking. Yeah.
we're looking for.
Well, we don't know that for sure it's cursed, but something sounds like bad news about it. So, just as a reminder, as much as I myself also love shiny
Mm.
things and treasure and relics, they are mwah, I'm a chef's kiss. Yeah, this one sounds like we probably want to be a little more careful than just grab and go. So, if anybody
Well-
sees it, we should probably check as a group to make sure that everything's safe to pick up.
What kind of curse? Because anything could be a curse, right? You could pick up a
Sure.
book and you can't put it down again. That's a type of curse, but does it have any power or anything?
Well, we'll have to find out. We have to find the thing first.
We should
For
probably
whatever
bring some
reason.
tools to grab a book without having to actually touch it.
I travel with 2 tools. We can kind of issue there.
But we don't want to have them picking up the book either. I mean, I do have a variety of small sacks to put things in if need be, that we can probably take a stick and push it into the sack. But I like where your mind's at. Fact. And I'm going to get kind of lost in thought as I'm thinking about some other things that I should probably bring with us before we go there. So I'm going to get lost in thought. If anybody else has anything they wanted to ask or add, I'm like mumbling to myself.
I can just protect you from curses.
Oh, well, that's helpful. Thank you.
I'm gonna quietly just look back down at the candle.
And I'm going to look to you guys and be like, he's helpful.
So at this point, the couple of patrons that were in here have since left. But Tabaxi's still just sort of mixing drinks, maybe even taking a sip of his own here and there. You definitely tell it the evening has, begun to wind down for the most part.
All right. Well,
And
then, should I notice that and maybe get everybody introduced to somebody whose home they could sleep at for the night?
yeah, which is pretty easy considering you know people and they'll house people for the night. But
Dibs, the
we can
fairest
definitely-
lady of them all.
we can definitely
I-
fast forward through the night. It's time.
I just wanted to see the soup lady was intrigued by Gan and specifically wanted to offer him a place to sleep.
I messed up. I don't know how to delete the thing off the map.
Uh-oh.
Which thing?
The circle I
Circle.
just placed.
I don't see it.
What are you guys doing to this map? You just writing text down different places? Weirdos.
I was
They're all
trying
talking
and I
in chat
screwed
boxes.
it up.
I didn't realize at first, and I was like, oh, they're chat boxes.
There we go. So, you all managed to acquire lodging for the evening in one way, shape, or form. Some of you being offered, a place to stay by little old ladies who offer soup. Some people, if you choose, can just stay in the stables, which is really just not much anyway. Almost the same thing.
Wait, is Soup Lady giving me a spot to sleep?
I mean, she offers
Could be giving
What
you
does she
more than that
offer?
if you play your
a
cards
place to
right.
sleep.
Specifically.
A place to sleep.
Her
Okay.
home? Or
A bed,
a-
like
a-
he means like
Oh,
a
like
tavern?
bedroom
inside.
home or-
Are
Okay.
you curious if you need to roll to seduce? Is that what it is?
I'm just trying
You're
to
like,
think
how-
where is she offering to let me sleep on the rug? Like, what
How
is...
deep is this going? Give me a second. In her bed, or like where is this going?
That's exactly where I was getting. I was
has,
gonna
like, a bedroll.
take up the offer and then just lock her out of her own room.
Oh, God. You would do that.
She has like a
Give
bedroll.
her the cat. Does she have a bed?
Yeah, she has a bed that she stays
You
in.
can steal?
Thank you. That was so.
Can I
Does she
intimidate
have a
her
bed,
into
though?
giving me the bed and she can take the bedroll?
Sure, what do you say to her and give me an intimidation roll?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be. She's an old lady, so I'm just gonna like narrow my eyes a little bit and be like,
Do I see
appreciate
this?
you, give me your bed for the night. I hope you're not too cold out there. And then I'm just gonna like elbow my way past her.
Wait, not
Right.
even. She can't even sleep in her house either. You're kidding.
That's her business. I don't know what she's gonna do.
You literally said out there. You go in her house, just lock the door behind her.
There,
Fuck,
there,
dude.
there you go.
It was a misunderstanding.
I knew
Also,
you're a
like
bad
a
guy.
7
Oh my
prediction.
God. All right, you know what?
I'll
I'm
give you some-
gonna leave this up to luck.
Give you some
You might
guidance.
have just lost your
Well,
brain.
Wait,
You're
guidance?
not
I get
near 'em.
guidance?
Yeah, I'll give you guidance.
Oh,
All right,
that's
sure.
funny.
Sure, why not?
Can's an
okay.
asshole.
Oh yeah.
Wait. I add my 2 to it.
Oh, yeah.
So you
It's
try.
Golf rules for this, right?
So you go to like try and elbow past her, and like be like, all right, you get to stay outside, and as you do so, she holds up a bowl of soup in front of you. Eh,
I hate soup.
soup for you. And when you elbow her, it, like falls to the ground and like under your feet, and it's like extra slick. Give me a
Acrobatics.
check for this. Yeah, acrobatics. Yeah, dex base.
Oh,
Dex saving throw.
acrobatics.
Dex saving throw.
They're the same thing for me.
Oh,
I'm muscly. I'm not fast or agile.
Can I just be watching this? My character be watching this and just dying of laugh. All of this laughter is in character for me as well. Just so we're aware.
Well, I would say if trying to get the name locked in, Spice's character, Alistair. If Alistair's close enough to give guidance, then I'd say everybody's close enough to see this happening. So you go to elbow past this lady, and she like offers you some more soup, and it like falls onto the ground under your feet. And as you're trying to like muscle your way past her, like you step on like some like super slippery like veggies, and it's like all slick and wet under your feet, and you just start losing your balance, and you like fall over in front of everybody.
Like the
And
thing, it's not like a super zany fall. It's really fast, but it also makes a noise where you're like, "Oh, he just hit his head," and I just want to like glare at the ceiling, and
There you
like,
go. You better pick on someone your own size next time, Gan.
Since I was just touching it, can I reach down to help him up? But I want to laugh like Drax the Destroyer. Like this, you haven't seen this part of me yet because I've been so quiet. I want that like deep chest chuckle, and I'm gonna say the mighty warrior slain by a carrot as I pick him back up.
no, I slap his hand away. Fuck him. I'm not really mean. I promise. Out of character.
I also go to give you a hand up, but then I do that cool thing where I pull my hand away and pull my hair back, like when you fake a handshake.
Yeah.
Nimu's just gonna nod at all this and be like, bloodthirsty little beast. Never trust a carrot.
I high five the grandma as well.
she also offers you soup.
I
No,
take the soup pleasantly.
With a little bit of like color to my cheeks, I help myself up and I just leave without saying anything. I just storm out. Like I'm done with this whole scene.
Well, there goes the King of Darkness yet again.
Maybe he's not a fan of carrots.
That's probably it.
I'll consider that next time. And then
Nimu
she
will
goes
go
to-
after Dawn.
Then she goes to like lay down in a little bed. She doesn't even like close the door. She just lays down.
I mean, she's been
Not
cooking
gonna
soup
wait.
all day. She's got to be tired.
The mighty warrior felled.
Jenny said Nimu goes after Gon, by the way. She was quiet. I don't know if you heard.
You're certainly free
Okay.
to. Like, there's nothing that impedes. I guess the question is Gan running or just stomping off?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a casual walk, but with like a very like seething kind of like facial expression, and I'm like looking up at the if it's dark now, like looking at the stars kind of thing, and just like muttering a little bit. No, I don't think I would mutter. I
Ooh.
think I would just glare.
You're looking up at the stars. Give me a perception check.
Oh. Oh.
You're gonna get attacked.
I've
by a
got
star.
-1. Let's go. Oh,
It's just enough to catch a glance of something. But it's like you're looking up at the stars and the moon is out, and just in the corner of your eye with the 12, just the corner, like really, you notice some kind of creature just flying overhead. It's way too high to really tell what it is, but it's definitely something large and very winged. But it's only
large?
really quickly. It's really high up. It's kind of hard to
Being
tell.
attacked by Toothless right now.
Oh my god.
It's an
But it's
oversized
just
pigeon.
it's just kind of
I'm just gonna
flying
stop
overhead.
in my tracks, frozen, staring up at the sky. Then
All right. I'm
not
gonna
really saying anything. Good.
wander up beside, still at like a 2 feet apart, safe
Mm-hmm.
distance. So he's not so much in his space. Just saying, how's that in there? What do you think about that?
Also, it's cold
You're
out
just
and
like,
you're covered in soup.
Yeah, I know. I was about to I'm gonna spin around, and because I don't really wear a shirt, I just wear like a sash. Right, my nipples are hard and covered in like carrot soup.
Damn it, I'm missing this.
And I just say I'm covered in soup.
Your nipples were so hard. There's 2 carrots poked onto your nipples. Like,
It's some good soup. But,
Good soup.
we've
figures
seen a lot worse.
I was gonna say the soup would have maybe warmed you up, but then if you're going back outside with cold soup,
Right.
that makes sense.
I mean, we've been covered in worse. And then I'm gonna look back up at the sky, and I guess the thing's gone now. And I'm just gonna have like one brow raised, like, what was that? But I'm not a team player, so I'm not gonna share that information.
I'm gonna look up with him as we glance together in this moment.
it's like one of those Family Guy flashbacks. You just.
Yeah.
Remember that time I saw a dragon?
So you look up and it's just a quiet night sky, nothing ominous at all.
I'll just say, would you think in there? And she'll look at him in the eyes. Do you think that's unbearable?
What's unbearable?
Nah. In there.
No, I just don't want to be covered in soup. I don't want people looking at me. I think that's fair.
Well, Gar's gonna stare at your hair. She'll motion to the ginger.
Is it me?
Are you staying in there tonight?
I mean, where else are we gonna stay? Where else are we gonna get answers? You can always wash up, get a good
I'm not
night's
sleeping with
rest.
that old lady.
You don't have to sleep with her. You find somewhere else to sleep. Damn.
Damn.
Ian was kind of pushing for it. I don't know.
I mean, she'll raise her eyebrows. Do you think she's cute?
I mean, I guess for an old lady, but I don't really like cute things.
She'll nod, not understanding one bit. Well, you could stay here in soup, get hypothermia, die a very lame way of soup. Do you want that? Do you want to be known as the, kind of like Stephen French, whatever, and then a diet of soup? That's your legacy? That's who you are?
I'm not gonna die to soup.
Well, it looks like you are right now. Hypothermia. It's fucking cold out here. It's warm in there.
You know if they have a drinking well? Did you notice one when we came in?
You didn't notice
Did
it on the way
I?
in.
I did.
You didn't.
Didn't.
I did not notice one on the way in.
That's the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find where they drink all their fresh water, and then I'm gonna get all this soup off.
You're gonna go into their well?
Yep. And then next
You
time I
know,
see him drink water, I'm gonna be like, I was in that. Now the joke's
That's
on them.
that's
I was
soup
gonna say
water,
as a
you idiot.
departing present for the cave, maybe you could just, I don't know, beforehand we just dump a bunch of soup on everyone. What
One
are they
thing
gonna
about that
do?
book,
What book?
the book that she was talking about, the book that might have, I don't know, maybe some kind of hidden, forbidden kind of. And this is like the only time I like rant and ramble a little bit. It's kind of like this time I am doing like a vision, right? Like I'm daydreaming and I'm looking at the stars, just picturing myself holding some kind of book, and for some reason it has a green cover in my mind, and lightning bolts are coming out of it, and I'm just sitting there like watching as all my enemies get electrocuted and turn to ash. We need to get that book.
Well, no good book should go left unread. I agree, but I'm worried. I don't he's nice. He's nice. You're kind of too nice. What
And kind
like
of
what's
dangerous.
what's with the high turnover rate with adventurers, you know? Like where are these adventurers? Like how are
Uh,
only few of you left, but you know
Oh,
of
they're weak,
this cave?
right? Probably all dead.
But why are they still here?
I don't know.
As you present that question, camera kind of pans over. So, Kalia, you already have like a predetermined hovel that you can stay in. So, did you want to just kind of, settle down for the evening?
I think so. Maybe as I'm walking back, do I hear anything or sense any hear something flying overhead? Should I let's see.
Just a clear
No?
sky.
Even let's see.
Yep, just a clear sky.
No, nothing. All right. Yeah, I'll just make my way back. I've, had a few pints. I'm feeling pretty good. And go get settled in for the night.
All right, all right. So, anybody else want to do anything or interact for the evening before we get onward to the cave?
Can I sleep with the grandma?
I mean, you could sleep in her house.
No, yeah, I didn't mean like sleep with the grandma. I meant like in her house.
Sure.
I mean, if she's down, I'm down. But like,
This isn't that kind of session.
I'm just taking.
But
You
she's
should have
already
rolled for a
That was
guard.
left open by Gan.
She's already like laid down, like gone to sleep for the evening. She just didn't really. Maybe she didn't notice it or doesn't really care that her door is open. Maybe she doesn't feel threatened by anybody here.
Good news for me. I'll just sleep on her floor.
Maybe she's already set soup-based traps to protect her.
I just eat all of them. This is the best day of my life. It's free soup.
All right. So, with that, the evening goes by uneventfully, aside from, what happened last night. So that brings us to the morning time, where everybody gets their, rest in. At this point, I'm pretty sure the soup has long since dried up and, it's not, you're not soup covered anymore. Maybe a vegetable here and there, like in your furs, but beyond that, nothing to worry about. And you guys, I'd say there's like maybe you guys set up a sort of predetermined meeting spot before heading out. Just like, all right, we're gonna meet here at so and so hour, and we're gonna head to the cave by blah blah blah. That kind of thing. Just sort of pre-established. But either way, everybody's all rested up, and they get, all your hit points back if you lost any. All your spells get refreshed for those of you who used any abilities or spells. and you are back. The band is back together in the morning. It is bright and well, it's morning, so there's still a little bit of mist covering like the trees around because you're still in like the middle of a forest, and there's like this road that leads to here and away from, but the cave does not abide by the rules of the road, so you might have to traverse some how you say, some forest land. To which Kalia, basically Alistair, Kalia, and Hubert would all know that, you know, there are predators out there, right? There's where there's forest, there's predators, there's prey. So you know there could be like some animals out there, maybe hunting, maybe a pack of wolves here and there. But you know, nothing that a group of up and coming adventurers can't handle. Especially Gan. There's nothing that threatens him.
Dude, I've faced it all right? Darkness and evil and carrots.
And grandmothers.
The greatest foe, the carrots.
Don't you mean the greatest foe, the grand mistress of soup?
I've only been defeated once.
Oh, okay, I see it now. I just saw the
I am
message,
back.
Spicy.
Yeah, I'm back. Oh, sorry. Not me.
Right to the chapel, cemetery. That's the... what was it you were trying to do there, Alistair? I'm not fully understanding. Alistair. All right, I guess Spicy stepped away. All right.
Oh, yeah, it was in chat a while ago.
Yeah, it says that was it. Ah, I see. He was letting the dogs... God. All right. Now I understand.
Who let the
Context.
dogs out?
So, yeah, so you guys meet up again, and you know it's on. You got at this point, you know it's only really a couple of hours away, maybe a little bit longer if you don't have any rangers and their favorite terrain is not forest. So you'd probably surmise with your group size, maybe about 3 or 4 hours to said cave, which is really close when you consider how long it takes to, you know, walk through a forest. That's uncomfortably close.
Oh,
For some of you.
gross. You guys again? Just kidding.
And Sea Monster, you are muted, by the way.
Let's go to
There we
the
go. Right.
Greet the group with the how'd you all sleep?
Fantastic. You see where I slept last night?
Pretty marvelous for me. Nice and cozy, but I heard something.
I'm gonna say
Nana
like
was
a
saying
rock.
something about soup.
Something about soup? What?
Some soup
Ah.
shenanigans last night. She just said she had somebody really fiery who was very clumsy, and she just kept trying to give him soup, and then I don't know, something happened. She thought
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
I don't know, but then there was like somebody else sleeping on her floor in the morning. She was very confused.
Yeah, that was Gan. He tried to get past the elderly woman there, and she took him down, and he slipped in a bowl of soup. I don't know where he went last night.
Ran.
She took it down. Oh, that's great.
Well, as we make our way over, keep your eyes open for the cave entrance. Kind of hidden until you see it, and then you see it.
Okay, so
So I'll walk us through, or yeah.
all right. So, give me a sec. I gotta load the page up. Do. I'm hoping these weren't animated. Ah, shit, they're animated. Okay, well, we'll see if this blows up anybody's computer. Wait. No, they're not animated. Okay, good. No, it's
Weird
okay.
that the one guy's just yelling out new text.
That's a town nearby. It's called Newtixt. New Tixtington. So it's early in the morning.
It got its name because they have a little bit of a speech impediment because of their accent, but it was actually supposed to be nude ticks. And it was because they were covered in ticks so much
Preload
so
the
it
scene.
was making them bothersome in clothes. So everybody's just nude all the time with bugs covering.
Yeah, we should stay away from there. What direction is that?
Everybody's started with looks like northwest.
What the hell did I just come back to?
Sorry,
Noon
was this
tick.
an
First thing that I
IRL
thought of-
thing or in-game thing? I'm terrified right now.
When I heard nude ticks, I kept thinking of like people who have like a nervous tick,
Yeah,
and it
same.
just makes them
Oh.
pull their clothing off.
They just have to take
Brilliant.
their clothes off.
Ooh, I like
Oh
that.
no!
better.
Like as
Yeah,
soon as they
that's
put
better.
clothes on, they get these weird ticks, and
Okay.
like their clothes just like get yanked right back off.
See,
That's
the
what I
bug
Buster.
ticks,
wrote. Like,
I was partially staying away from the
Oh,
bug
yeah.
ticks, but if it's that kind of ticks, then let's go to that village. We're
I am
I,
a human
Or
with
is
normal
it
human eyes.
nude ticks because it's the easiest way to spot ticks if you're all nude?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
fact.
Every Sunday, everybody gets in a conga line and they check the person in front of them.
Everybody
different
gets
experience. I have
like
to
a
go
bunch
to
of
an allergist
monkeys
soon.
checking each other for bugs.
I gotta find out if I got one of them tick bite diseases.
Heck is
So
what?
at this
Yeah,
point,
I got the tick sick.
Sick. With the T. Yeah, the T.
gotta find it in my monster. Is it? I thought I saved it. Please tell me I didn't save it. I did.
I'm
Okay.
in a forest.
So, yes, because you are heading towards
can
the
see?
cave.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see it?
No, I can't. I can't.
I
see.
have
just
human
read
eyes, so I figure it's dark vision.
night vision.
I just
I
read
can
forest.
see.
at the top of the map name.
Hold on.
Witch house? Is this a
Imagine being the
Baba
Prince
Yaga?
of Darkness and you can't see in the dark.
This is your Prince of Dark.
Gotta light a torch.
Oh, I should have saved
Lighting.
that. Shit.
If you're the
You
Prince
used
of
it too late.
Dark,
Global
your character
illumination.
just
I'm
be
using it
obvious.
again. Keith, you know me. I'm using it again.
Oh, I can see.
So, you know, if you continue northeast, like from your current facing, kind of have to cross this little stream here, that the cave is somewhere over there. Pretty close. You're pretty sure you're pretty close.
Like up here?
Let's see. Can you have a limit on how far you can see? I can see all of it. Yeah, basically the upper right of the map.
Sleep, birthday boy. Go sleep.
That's when the cave's rotten dragon egg
Somebody's
again.
birthday? Cookie, is it your birthday?
It's his son's birthday, Cap.
Happy birthday, Cook Child.
Oh, yeah, it's Cappy's birthday today. He's 13.
My son turns 10 in 4 days.
Ooh, nice.
Lock this in
11,
here for you guys to
12,
see.
13.
I'm gonna go here.
It's like Jenny's birthday. Jenny's birthday is 9999.
Lock that frame.
Y2K.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a Y2K maybe.
Oh, there we go. I was wondering what everybody was looking at because I'm like, what forest? Mine finally reloaded. So
Oh, I
So
did say last time.
$99.99.
Yeah,
That
We're
would
at
place it at a
657.
New Year's, mate. So,
No,
No, I was born
September
early,
9th.
so I was
oh, late.
Valentine's Day.
Dun,
No, I was early, pardon me. I was supposed to be born in October, I believe.
dun, dun, dun.
Oh, you meant the intercourse
Yeah.
time. Nice.
Conception.
Dun,
Sex.
dun,
I
dun,
have the same
And then I
birthday
think my
as
brother
Chicken
was
King.
Labor Day or
dun,
something.
dun, dun.
Yeah, it was Labor Day. Get in. Because she was on
Don't talk
labor.
about my mother like that.
I did say last one the caves are run dragon egg again,
What?
and started running. Don't know if that was taken
Is this a competition or?
Hell yeah, it's a competition. I'm not making everything
Competition?
competition.
All right, all right. Hold on.
No, it's not a competition. He just
I
runs
got a
everywhere.
thing for that. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're gonna listen to me or not, but I'm gonna tell the trees to slow you down. Slow that man
Yeah.
down.
But yeah, I mean, there's
Can I
just
roll?
this big old clearing, a little stream over here. Some like rocks just ahead of you. It's kind of a big map,
Okay, my plan is just to head
just to
this
give you an
rock, but
idea.
you tried to slow me down. Do I have to? Can I roll for like acrobatics to dodge his?
I mean, I'll let you two decide that, because that kind of falls under it. A little more of the PvP side of things.
Yeah.
I'm on. So just to give you a rough idea of like how far everything is, like from where you are to like that rock is like 85 feet.
Are we supposed? Okay. How much can we move?
I mean, you can move freely. You're not in combat. I'm just giving you an idea of how big this area actually is.
Yeah, I'm just sprinting over there. Hey, stop it.
I'm gonna go behind Gon and just like shove his shoulders and trudge him forward. Be like, you don't smell like the carrots anymore.
Oh yeah, I found that drinking water.
Oh, I'm glad. Kind of sad I drank some before I left, but still tastes good.
As I'm leaving, I'm going to kind of hear that and be like, I wondered why everything tasted slightly of carrots.
I think my vision's better.
Be out of breath. Be like, oh, he beat me.
When you're stagey and it makes sense.
Better luck next time.
Bitter eyes, bitter ears.
Do we see anything from where we're at now?
From where you're at is just a big sort of clearing. It's pretty early in the morning still. It's only been a couple hours. You know what? Here, I'm gonna make use of this tool, damn it. Even like a little foggy right now. Just, the mists of the early morn. I'm gonna slap some, let's see.
That's my
That,
first band's name.
we're gonna get some
We
fog
don't actually have a
going.
band. I lied.
Gonna make
Sorry,
it.
guys.
There we go.
Got foggy.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
It's really foggy.
Whoa, that's really funny, but that's cool though.
There we go. Just a little fog. Oh, okay. Maybe I scaled it back too much. A little bit here, a little bit more. There we go. All right. So Alistair with your 18. So among the trees, the swaying trees, the chirping of birds. Actually, wait a minute. You realize something, Mr. Alistair? There are no birds chirping. The forest is dead silent. Eerily so.
Lucas, you're an elf, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Half elf.
I'm gonna say in Elvish, point up and say there's no birds.
Respond in Elvish and say, it does seem so.
That's strange. There's no birds in the forest.
Yeah, it's quiet. Maybe a little bit too quiet.
Jump down. Is it Kalia? Kalia? How do you pronounce it?
Kalia?
Kalia? I'm gonna tell you the same thing.
Like, that is very strange. Keeb, do I remember that being common to what the birds were doing the last time I had scoped out where the cave was?
You know what? Give me let's do I'd say a nature check. Ugh. You think about it, you usually don't really pay that much attention to the birds.
Like, well, I wasn't hunting, so I'm not really sure what from last time, but I'm sure it had to have been around here somewhere.
Let's see here. And Alistair, also with your 18. Oh, there you are, Yaz. So with your 18, you'd also notice a really weird looking shrubbery
Okay. Where
right
would that
there.
be? There. Oh, up north.
Right there.
Okay. Is there any critters near me?
Not a single one. Not a squirrel, not a bird. Not, I mean, maybe some bugs, but
But
that's kind of,
No woodland creatures.
none.
We're pretty alone here.
Mm-hmm.
I notice a shrubbery.
It's a very weird looking shrubbery. It's like, compared to the rest of the area, it kind of looks unusually healthy.
I'm gonna reach over and tap on Talia and be like, "See that? Is that weird?"
And now that he points it out, am I gonna know kind of what he's looking at? Is it gonna look
Yeah.
familiar to me?
I mean, it looks like a bush.
Like that is a really healthy bush.
An indie game. You
We should
don't
go check it
say.
out.
I'm gonna do. While we're walking over there, do this.
Wait, are there two
And
of
do
them?
the harmless tremors near the
Get rid of that.
bush. See if I can like shake any creatures out or something.
Ooh, okay. Let's see here. Okay. So the ground starts to shake, and the bush grows a pair of legs through, like wooden legs and stuff. And it starts scrambling. As fast as the little stubby bark legs can carry it.
I'm gonna yell to our race car friend. Is it Billiam? Right? Billiam, catch that bush.
Bush.
I'll try to catch that bush. I'm not even close to it though.
And I'll just yell
It's
out,
like,
that's what the
"Yes,
town
I
said to
am."
his mom.
I'm all the way over here now. Tricked you.
Oh no.
I was close enough to hear it, and I'm gonna laugh. And I never laugh at jokes. And I'm just gonna. Good one.
What do I have to do to catch this bush?
And athletics. And as you get near this area, you see another one grow legs and start scampering away too.
God damn it. Good thing I rolled a 21.
Can I use
21?
my speech of beast and leaf to ask them to stop? They don't. I can't understand them, and they don't have to. But
So with
Or
the
what do they
21,
speak? The
you
language they speak?
which one are you trying to grab? The one you were originally chasing?
Yeah, this one.
That one?
The other one.
All right, you catch it. You jump on the bush.
Stop, bush with legs. This is
Here, I'll move you next to it there.
assume this isn't a real bush, though.
This other one is still scampering away.
only need one.
Do I see that one as well?
Yep. Like it looked like they were just minding their own business kind of thing until
But we caught them both.
Come here, bush.
Well, until you literally rocked their world, and they were like, "Wait, let me tap through this."
you managed to catch two bushes. So you're
Each
doing
get a shrubbery.
speech with something.
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure out if we could figure out what language they spoke.
This.
You have the ability to
but
communicate.
that
You have
would-
the ability to communicate in a limited manner with beasts, plants, and vegetation. You can understand the meaning of your words, though you have no special ability to understand them in return. Alrighty.
I'm gonna say it's
I
okay.
might.
You don't have to run.
I'd like to also call out to them in Sylvan. Curious if maybe they are fey creatures.
I also speak Sylvan, oddly enough. Weird coincidence.
So then
You're
I
an
guess
elf.
you would understand me being like, yo, Chickneys,
You know, so
what you doing there, Mr. Leafy?
Yeah, what you guys doing?
Like, you don't
here,
have to
Mr.
run.
Leafy? Huh.
We mean you no harm.
So when you say that, give me a persuasion for one.
It's over here.
Mm.
This one over here, you say, we mean you no harm. And it just starts to slowly make its way towards you
I'm gonna let go
through the
of my
water.
bush.
I'm gonna kind of walk over to meet it a little bit and kind of wave. And
And
and I'll
it
turn
just
to you
ki-
guys and be like, I think I can speak with it.
it just waddled up to you. And you, like, where the bush would be, like, imagine somebody, like, cut out, like, an area, like, two little dots where holes would be, like, where eyes would be. And there's, like, a little mouth across it. Just all in the, not necessarily in actual eyes or mouth, but just emulating the shape of them.
Okay. Well, I'll crouch down to be. Is the bush about my height or shorter?
Oh, it's like half your height, if not
Okay.
more. It's really tiny.
I'm gonna crouch down and be like, "Hey there, little leaf friend. We definitely don't mean to hurt you. We were just looking for that weird cave that opened up recently. Could you give us a hint as to where you might have seen it?"
Let's see, with a 21, and you let go of yours,
I did.
it kind of starts to
I'll
meander.
let go of mine. I'll let go of mine because I can also understand her talking to them now. So
They all just dance. Let's see, you can give me an insight.
Mhm.
Gonna dance
Ooh.
here. He's gonna dance here. He's gonna dance here. 22. You notice the pattern that they're dancing in? They kind of move a little bit and then stand in one spot. And with the insight of 22, they're forming a little arrow.
Oh, hey. Well, as I see that, I'll turn to everybody and be like, "Hey, I think they're actually pointing the way. This way, guys." Or and was this the pointed one, that the direction they were walking in?
So that direction.
To the east. Okay.
I'll thank them in Sylvan.
I'll thank them as well. I'll be like, "Thank you, little leafy friends."
Then they just kind of go back to what they were doing. They did persuading. Goes back over to his little spot over here.
I tried to jump the river from the.
And you fall right in. You try to jump across the river and your foot catches like a loose stone and sploosh.
Crocodile pops out, eats you.
So from over here,
Oi! What are you doing in that forest?
man,
Oi! What? You there?
Hey,
What?
What?
What you? Get out of here!
What?
You heard me. Get.
What do we need to jump the river?
I just did a
What did you say?
backflip over it.
Can we use our athleticism to jump?
You sure can.
Oh, I used
Oi.
acrobatics. Is that all right? I did a
Yeah,
backflip.
you can do
That'd be
either.
a thing.
Okay, good.
I think.
Oi!
Is this
There
guy
you go.
talking to us right here?
No.
This one over here.
Oh, I was like, why does he sound like that?
So-
Okay. I'm sorry,
The
I'm so
bush.
confused.
You
It's
see-
like the bush changed his voice.
So you see two, scrappy looking bearded men. They jump from behind the tree line, and they seem like they're standing very menacingly, almost kind of like how Gan stands around people, right? And they're just like, "Oi, you don't want you here."
Well, I'm gonna be as intimidating as my little under 6 foot self can, and be like, "Oi, yourself! Like, we have a job to do, and you might be in the way."
You probably best not to make fun of their accents. You know, we probably could just go and talk to
Oi.
them or something.
You stay over there.
Well, no, we're just
No,
trying
you
to
stay.
talk.
No, you stay over there. No,
What do you mean?
no, you
We're ju-
you're
we're
getting
just gonna have
close.
a
So
conversation.
we don't want
What
to
do you
have a
mean?
conversation. Oh, get going. Get you
Wait,
you
where's
stay.
the cave anyway?
Like, why so squirrely, friends?
We don't trust you.
Oh.
Right.
Well, you don't even know us.
Yeah,
That's
kinda
exactly
better.
why we don't trust you.
Well, have I seen them around the village?
These
Should I roll
people,
history?
no.
They're like, well, I haven't seen you around I assume it's the closest village to where we're at.
Yeah. I mean, it's only a couple
Like, well,
hours
I
away.
haven't. Okay. Like, well, I haven't seen you around the village near here, so I would say I'm probably the more trustworthy one to start. Um, but I don't think we
This
need to be at ends with each other.
this shrubbery just starts getting up and going over here.
I'm gonna walk towards them closer, but I am a simple man of the cloth. You have nothing to fear from me.
You keep your cloth away from us. Hey, oi,
Yeah,
oi, we told
none of
you,
us
stay
mean
over there.
None of us
Oh.
mean harm. We swear, we're here. We're here on a mission. That's it.
What would that be? Huh?
What's the mission? again?
Oh, we're just looking around and trying to update a map of the area. Nothing sinister here. We're not here for you, if that's what you're worried about.
Let's see. Give me a persuasion on that one. And let's see. Gan and Nemu, you both can give me perception checks. Yeah, we know what you're here for. Or-
What
Perception.
exactly is it you think we're here for?
I need to figure out. 2 and
Hello?
3. 1 sec. I gotta do some rolls.
Nice. Okay.
14. So This
Goddamn
guy.
dude.
Oi, if you step one bit closer, we're gonna get our boys over here.
Did we notice anything with these perception checks?
Yes. The particular things have been revealed for you.
It's becoming more obvious that they're abandoned.
Oh, there's
Oh.
more people coming up, guys.
Yep. Okay. But what is
Ooh,
it you think
can-
we're here for in the first
I'll
place?
just say, Billiam, get beside me, Billiam, right now, Billiam.
Oi,
Billiam,
you stay away from me. You
Billiam, get beside me right now.
I'm gonna draw
asking
my
you this
sword
one
at this
favor.
guy as I approach.
And as I see him doing that, I'm gonna increasingly say, Billiam, get beside me, please. Billiam, this is one thing. Are you
I'm gonna
beside me?
do the ominous whispers, but from behind them.
I'm just gonna say, Billiam, just trust me on this. Trust me. You gotta do this, all right? And I'm gonna push him
you push Billy.
to the ground. Don't worry, Billiam, trust me. I say as you're falling, Billiam, trust me. You catch the fall.
Just fall to the ground.
Or for me, like, oh, thank God you people are here. We have a damsel in distress on the ground here, and I'll motion to his long blonde hair, just like poor little elven lady.
They're like clearly trying to stay away from Kalia.
You're like, I'm not sure why you're so nervous of me here, friends. I mean,
Again?
you mean us no harm, right?
Again, you see these other two starting to approach. You don't know. I mean, you don't know if they're
Well,
coming
I've got
at
my
you. if
great
they're-
sword out because I don't like them. Like, I'm just gonna say, who are you circling?
You keep her away from us.
Help, I'm an
You
old
keep away
lady.
from us if you know what's good for you.
Give me an intimidation with with advantage because these guys, some of these guys intimidated already.
They just left the old
19?
lady on the ground over there.
Ooh.
That's kind of wild.
I'm glad they didn't bring her.
That's what I thought, dude.
That's my weakness.
Old ladies.
Yeah.
Carrots.
Add that to his sheet.
The final boss
Weakness.
battle, it's like you guys are starting to get like beat up, and then just an old lady comes in with a bowl of soup, and the boss just like trips on it and dies. The hero you never expected, but the hero you deserved.
I don't think that one worked. Emu, we should probably get over there.
You better keep her away from us. Hey, don't just back it up.
Bart, just try to talk. There's no harm, no foul.
Then, why is he over there? Why is he over there with the axe out?
Where?
Not an axe, it's a sword. I was
Why-
gonna cut your feet off.
Can't put the sword away. Come on.
He's fucking circling me back here. What do you want me to do? He's trying to sneak up on us.
Oh, they're literally running
They
away
are
from us
going
every
in-
step
they're
we take,
running.
and you gotta pull a sword out. Come on.
They're telling us to stay away, but each time we inch closer, they inch back. I don't know.
I mean, that's
It scared the shit out of these guys.
Since they're going that way, I'm gonna go up here and look for the cave.
what is it
Alright.
that you think that we're here for?
You are pretty sure the cave is very close.
Why will they? Are they just ignoring my question?
Damn, they're a bunch
They
of
are-
losers.
They are very afraid right now.
Look at them.
You keep them over there. You keep her over there. And they're kind of like holding daggers out, but like they're clearly like shaking their hands, like they're visibly frightened. Oi, oi!
I'm just gonna slowly walk up and be like, and then get a little closer and be like, boo! Kind of like lunge forward.
Ah! And they all just fucking dart.
And I'll make my way back, and hopefully I won't be quite as distracted.
That was weird.
And there was one that
Yeah.
nobody saw, and he just darts off as well. He was actually
Okay.
there.
The hell did he come from?
Get the boys. And he disappears.
That's the last we'll see of him. Ready?
Hopefully. All right.
100%, definitely.
So I'm paying a little bit more attention, but still kind of distracted, looking around maybe at too many different things.
All right. They scared the shit out of those guys. All right. So the first one to find the cave would definitely be Alistair, because he's sort of got a head start on it. And this cave, like the outside of it, at first you think, oh, it's just like a tree that fell over or something. But then when you kind of duck under it, there's a opening. It's like a tree maybe was on top of the cave and it fell over and it kind of hides the entrance a little bit. But you find it lickety split, no problem whatsoever.
Why do I keep getting sevens?
Number of the
I was
beast.
gonna say, does this cave seem familiar, like deja vu? But I'm gonna say I'm unsure.
Can I lick that
I'll
side
be-
of the cave wall and see if I taste familiarity?
Give me a flavor test.
Thank you.
Roll your Guy Fieri.
I rolled a 20. Not 20.
It's a spatula.
And that 20, it tastes like stone. And not even good stone. Not even elven
Bad
stone.
No. Like,
And it's very
I
dark
spit
in
it
here.
out.
Yep, I am moving your tokens. Because you are... I guess the question is, do you guys enter the cave?
I can't.
Yeah.
All right, then
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
definitely move tokens.
I'm gonna see if I hear anything in there suspicious. Probably not. I think it's probably fine, guys. Let's just head on in.
Instinct.
The vague
Alistair.
semblance of familiarity is
William.
enough to pull me to it.
And Talia.
Oh, there we go.
Boop, boop, boop.
So let's see. Did everybody have the appropriate dark visions?
I don't think I have dark vision.
I have dark
I did
vision.
that.
I'm a human. I don't have dark vision.
Boo.
I
do.
Boo. Boo humans.
Nope, I do not.
I'm just gonna
So-
start poking. I'm gonna poke Gan a whole bunch and trip him while we're walking through the darkness.
He
So
doesn't
it
even
looks
have
like-
to. I trip over myself.
I'm about 10 feet
Keep
short of
doing
my
it.
dark vision.
It's about right.
I've got
That works.
60 feet of dark vision.
I didn't mean to do the circle. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. So
It's
when you
there
put
now.
when you put like the measurement down on the left side, there's a measurement controls button. So if you accidentally like put one down, you can actually remove it by going into that particular prompt, and that's how you delete it.
Sorry. So, Lucas, do you have dark vision?
Yeah, I do.
Dawn doesn't.
I
What?
do not. I
I would
can't.
know
see
this.
that.
I
I
live
flick
close.
you in the forehead.
I'm gonna tie his shoelaces together.
Joke's on
In the
you. I
dark.
don't wear shoes. I
He doesn't
wear
have shoes.
straps of cloth.
Yeah. Also, who? I don't think any of us would have shoelaces.
Sorry, your leather straps, whatever they are. I don't know. Actually, yeah, what boots do they wear? What the fuck?
But yeah, so this cave is cold. It's dark. For some of you, it's really dark.
It's like
And it's-
Ganstol.
It's very quiet, except for the wind from outside and the rustling of trees and
I think some people might have to go.
Is it that time already?
11.
Yeah.
Well, at least we did find the cave.
And the next time we'll
That's why
start
I
off
figured
at
I'd
the
mention
cave.
it because I was like, that's also
Cliffhanger.
kind of a perfect timing.
Yeah.
Oh. I'll quit my job so we can. Who wants to fund my lifestyle?
I mean, probably start earlier next time, and we'll actually be able to get more adventure in it. That was, we had a lot of like beginning descriptions and stuff.
It was a lot
I
of
had
intro.
fun.
It was a good little introduction. Get everybody together.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Same.
And
That
you
was super
I'm
guys-
fun.
sorry if calling you mamas made you uncomfortable, sea monster. It was the first thing that came to mind.
I honestly thought you were talking to the guys. I wasn't sure.
Like Elvis Presley, mamas. Is that where that comes from? I assume Beast Boy.
Beast Boy Teen Titans, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
no.
from Elvis Presley then for sure.
Johnny Bravo.
Gotcha.
Bravo,
That
yeah.
makes sense.
Oh, definitely. Definitely Johnny
Oh
Bravo.
my god, such a great show.
Thank you, Cute. This has helped me find inspiration for my character. And then watch Johnny Bravo.
Hey, mama. But yeah, we got everything all. We got our first little introduction in. Things will pick up. Oh, and
I'm
by the
excited
way,
for the game.
you're officially level 2.
What?
Oh damn!
One session.
Round of applause for the DM.
Accelerated leveling.
He deserves inspiration for that.
Cute, don't give
So-
it to him. He'll kill us.
Try.
I mean, you guys
Wait, Are we
effectively.
allowed to roll for hit points, or do we take average?
I mean, I'd say you can take the average if you want, but if you roll, you gotta keep it.
I'm rolling.
But that's boring.
What if it's a 1 though? Is it reroll on a 1?
How do
You
I
gotta
level
keep
up?
it.
Ah,
Oh, I
fuck
see
it.
it in the corner.
Ooh.
I rolled an 8. Let's go. You take those.
I get a 1. I'm gonna be so sad. Ooh, 12.
What?
Oh wow. Okay. No,
Wait, you have a
excited.
D12 plus 2. That's crazy.
Yep, barbarians have the biggest dice. Biggest hit
Who's
dice.
next?
You heard what he said.
Not
My
everyone's
bag's
got to roll
bigger.
technically.
Sorry, do we roll?
No,
can
you
if you
can
want.
pick average.
You can take average or you roll, but you don't get to re-roll ones. So if you get a 1, then you're stuck with it.
Thanks.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
average, baby. That's you got average either way.
I still leveled up.
Actually, when you take average, they do half of your die plus 1, and then plus your mod. So, like for her, they'll give her a 5 plus 1 and give her a 6 every time.
Okay, so she got one. Okay, make her feel worse about it. Thanks.
Well, I'm just saying, like it isn't really
Okay, I
average.
know,
They give you like average plus 1.
Yeah.
Come on, everyone else has to do it now publicly, or you could take the average. That works.
Yeah, you
What
don't
if you
have
do
to.
roll? What if
Just
you
don't
do
get
roll?
one.
I just want to
Spicy
see someone get
roll.
peer
Don't be a
pressure,
chicken.
peer pressure,
I
peer
just want to see
pressure.
someone get less than me.
I
That's
already
all.
did average. I already clicked it.
No.
Son of a bitch.
What about Sea Monster?
Cookie Monster?
Mm-hmm. Sea monster. What was about me? I was trying to figure out.
Are you
Did
gonna roll for your health?
for health? or
Oh,
did
I
you
was gonna
pick
just take average.
No,
both
that's
of
the
us.
chicken
Trying
baby
to-
method. Be cool. Be like us.
I can go down to level 1 and then do it again. I'll roll.
Be a rock star.
I guess it doesn't matter if you take back a average, but you have Keep said, you have to take the roll though if you roll.
I'm
I-
all right with
We're
taking
just
the
I
average
rolled-
for now.
Like 5 sevens
all good.
out of 20. I'll definitely get a 1.
Right?
I don't know what I'd roll.
They tell the tales.
So when you level up, it would be rolling your hit points.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'd roll.
No, he means like what do you like? So how I roll a 1d10 plus 2. Keith got a 1d10.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you would be rolling. Let's see. Were you planning on still being a fighter?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, so you
Then
1d10 plus
D10.
2
Are you gonna be a
What?
magical fighter?
But what do I get any pluses to it?
plus
What's
2.
your con?
It's the same as
Plus your
Well,
constitution
that's-
once we
I
get
don't
your
have a
numbers.
constitution yet.
Yeah, once we get his stats figured out.
Hey, I'm up to 26 hit points already. I'm feeling good.
What?
Yeah.
Barbarian.
Well, my average brought me up to 24.
I rolled
Oh
a one.
no.
No, it's
Well,
a 1d10.
That's a
Yeah,
1.
That doesn't. I'm gonna call that a knockout.
Nope, that's a
Roll it
1.
back. You roll it back.
You peer pressured him into rolling a 1. Congratulations.
Why would you do that? Why did you listen to Lucas?
What the fuck?
I am so glad I just took the average. That worked out well.
Oh, look at that. Look at what I just got. What the hell?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
How much health do you have, Bubs? With the 1.
So as a fighter, he would
On
have
this, I would have 13, but it could change.
Oh yeah, you could get. Well, I guess how much you put in your constitution.
By the way, he
We're
wants
both
plus
fighters, so
4 in his constitution. All right.
Yes, it's all everything constitution.
And yeah, what are the numbers?
15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. Pretty much the same as your other character.
But I can't tell that based on my bonuses.
Oh, you mean like your attributes?
Yeah, like okay, so starts at 15 and goes down.
So those are the numbers, but you
Well-
can distribute them in where you want to put them.
Yeah, but I can't tell what those numbers are based on my thing because I had a bunch of plus ones to add to random things. So
Yeah, so you're a human, right?
Ooh.
So it would be
human.
those numbers, and then you just add 1 to everything afterwards.
Why is there
okay.
big arrows around? Oh, no. Hiccups.
But I will not be human in the next one, so I gotta.
You'll pick half elf. They're really good.
Human variant, you trade your skill and like your attributes, and then you can pick a feat instead.
Oh, he's got 2 feet already, man. Come on. What the heck? Every character has 2
Mhm.
feet.
but then you only get a +1 and a +1, whereas normal humans get +1 to everything, so you get 6 of them.
The feats are pretty good.
Sorry, did Lucas? Oh, never mind. I thought you said everybody only has 2 feet. I was like, I'm sorry, for a character like Thassia, they don't even have feet.
If I roll a
Insensitive.
D100, can we give Bubs another chance?
You roll 100.
Yeah, if I roll 100.
Would you, would you like to
Install
forego
bots.
your next potential inspiration? Put in the bank.
I'm just doing it anyway. It didn't count. I've done that once.
Oh,
It could
I
happen.
just realized it still says Sherman.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
'cause I
so if
couldn't change it.
You can change it yourself. How did I do that again? Settings. I did take mine away. It said Paul.
DJ
Oh,
Yeah, I changed that.
Pauly D.
that's
No,
not
mine
fair,
says Billion
Cat.
now, but
That's a people name.
how the fuck do you? That's a people name.
I don't know where it's at.
Where the hell did I do that? I can't even like open. Oh wait, hold on.
What else there? Oh, that was when I was rolling off.
You know what, Bubs? Roll a D100.
Oh, no, I'm good.
I'm
I
okay
think
with
a
this.
kind,
Do it.
generous
Do it.
DM would
He
re-roll
put-
ones.
No. He said roll a D100. He's being fair. Just take the chance. He won't do it again.
Yeah, he gets whatever dice the D100 lands on. That's what hit points.
Watch it be
Yeah,
another
plus-
one.
plus.
59.
Importer.
Importer. I need to eat something. I already ate my pasta. I need more food.
Oh, you know what it is? If you right click on your
All right.
name, like where where it says all the players.
So with that, it was a little short, but it was the intro session. Somebody messaged me. No. So next time we should have a full session. Hopefully we'll have everybody all situated and good to go. But with that, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you being here for the first session. I was super nervous. First sessions are always like make me nervous. But yeah, appreciate you being here, and I look forward to catching y'all's next Wednesday or Tuesday. Weird. So thank y'all for being here. And I will catch y'all's next time.